Hey there guys, Alex here from SPP, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about how and when to sell your agency. Let's get into it. So the first question to ask ourselves here is it wrong to start a business with the aim of selling it at some point? Because the answer is no, it definitely isn't. There's a great book called Built to Sell by John Warlow where he says that the best businesses are sellable and smart business people build a business that can be sold even if they have no intention of cashing out or stepping away anytime soon. Which means that you should always be prepared if the opportunity comes knocking. Being self-aware and knowing when you're burnt out from running your business is absolutely crucial for an entrepreneur. Not to say that you won't evaluate a decision based on numbers and logic, but sometimes as life changes, you need to stop doing things that are draining your energy and sanity. If you start to dread running your business, then something must be done, and letting someone else take over might be your best bet here. Entrepreneurs have great ambitions. Some break the 6-figure mark, some even 7, and there's always room for more. It could be that your agency or the way you set it up is simply not enough to give you the financial rewards you desire. It could also be that what differentiates you has vanished over the years and you'd need to make some drastic changes to keep things growing or start to compete for price. These are two things that you may not be into. If you feel like your growth is capped and other ventures give you a higher probability of getting where you want to be, then selling might not be out of the question. When you've spent so many years working on your business, it is pretty easy for you to get emotionally attached to it. Even if you think that you're not emotionally attached at all, believe me, chances are pretty high that you are. As you start to evaluate different options, you need to make a conscious effort to see things as they are. Get out of your head and start thinking objectively whether this will be the best option for you and your well-being into the future. A lot of people keep doing it for the money or the ego of all the years they put into it. You don't want that. So you've made the decision to sell your business. Now comes the hard part of actually going through with it. The bad news is, service businesses are not super easy to sell, but modern processes have made it a little bit easier. For one, if your agency is productized, you should have processes in place that are documented, automated, and trackable. This makes it easy to put a number on your business and find the right buyer. But what is a fair asking price and what is the due diligence process? Let's answer these questions in detail. One of the most important things to keep in mind is that a business that cannot run without you is not sellable. But you also need to think about your employees and contractors. Would they even stick around if you sold? You can talk about your idea of selling the business with them and let them know that you'll do your best to find the right buyer that would value them. In certain circumstances, adding a bonus for staying might be the right incentive to ensure a smooth sales process as well as adding value for your buyer. If you're running a common type of agency, it might be a hard sell. Buyers want to acquire something that is already unique but also has the potential to grow even greater. One way of achieving this might be offering higher priced services. But price isn't the only differentiator when it comes to business development. You can even focus on a specific niche or even a subcategory within your niche. Focusing on a specific group of clients will make it much easier for the buyer. They'll know exactly who to target if they decide to spend their budget on marketing going forward. Having a great team and client list is a fantastic start, but is often not enough. The buyer of an agency is not interested in setting up new processes to make it run smoothly, but instead they want those to be already set up and documented. The sooner you document your processes, the easier it will be for you in the future. Make use of modern tools such as a client portal like SPP and pair it up with a CRM as well as a marketing tool. When it comes to finding out an agency's worth, many owners focus solely on their profit margin. While that is important, most buyers are more interested in recurring revenue. If you don't have a lot of lead generation activities, your growth potential is impacted, and as such, your valuation. On the other hand, having a solid list of recurring subscribers, especially annual, is a major benefit. You can also look at your general churn rate as well as your customer lifetime value. It is not an easy task to find a potential buyer for a business. Where do you even start? Do you reach out to your partners or do you post on social media? No, neither of these two options. Because let's be honest here, any potential buyer that has this kind of capital will not be spending time looking for businesses on social media. Some of them are certainly very proactive, and if they come across your business organically and are interested, would make an offer to buy your business. But if your brand is not big enough, then chances are you're simply not visible enough. This is where a business broker comes in. They act as an intermediary for those who have decided to sell their businesses. Business owners usually pay them a percentage of the final sale price as a commission. So you've done everything you can to make your business sellable and your first offers are now trickling in. At this point, you might think that your job's done and all you have to do is accept the highest offer. Unfortunately, that's not the case. There's still some work to be done and it requires a lot of patience. The next 6 to 12 months will be spent with your broker finalizing the deal. There'll be a lot of back and forth and you'll feel like it's never going to end. The hardest part about all of this is that you still need to be running your business as you haven't sold it yet. But when it comes to accepting offers, you need to keep these things in mind. If the buyer is willing to pay a specific amount for your business, that doesn't mean that they're going to be paying it upfront. They might offer to pay you in installments instead, and usually if the period is longer than 12 months, the risk is too high. Make sure to only open up your financials to not only people who are interested in buying your business, but can also actually pay for it. Handing over such information to a third party can be quite risky. Not every buyer that makes an offer is going to be the right buyer for your company. After all, you want to ensure that it continues to thrive and also your team remains happy. Remember how you felt after you made your very first sale? It probably felt great. Selling your business is that feeling 1,000 times amplified. Remember that there are different paths to achieving your end goals, and if you've already examined the pros and cons, then it's time to make a definitive choice. If you're running an agency, check out how SPP can help you streamline your processes and manage your business by starting a trial via the link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.